It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
And Alonso. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 06.5. Laps of fuel left. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Alonso and Norris. And we're in front of Stroll, Hamilton and Vesti. Fastest lap at the moment, 1:06.8. At the moment are Norris, and just behind us are Alonso, Hamilton and Stroll. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 15.2.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint, not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights, for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Golden Boy completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Sargent, Stroll, Leclerc, Vesti, Russell, Hauger, Ocon, Verstappen, Iwasa, Tsunoda, Joe, Fittipaldi, Doohan, Bottas, Martins, Albon, Daruvala, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from...
The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position. As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track. It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Lap time 1 minute 07.0. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Norris, and we're in front of Alonso, Vesti and Ocon. Fastest lap at the moment 1:06.6. At the moment are Norris, Sargent and Vesti, and just behind us are Hamilton, Alonso and Leclerc. Okay, so the current fastest lap 1 minute 06.1. As for the cars around us, just ahead are Norris and Sargent, and we're in front of Alonso, Hamilton and Vesti. Fastest lap at the moment 1:15.9.
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and just 4 years later, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. That gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Logan Sargent completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Golden Boy, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Vesti, Leclerc, Stroll, Hauger, Tsunoda, Iwasa, Magnussen, Martins, Ocon, Fittipaldi, Doohan, Albon, Deruvala, Verstappen, Bottas, Russell and Zhou Guanyu. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that it's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
Always extra nerves at the start of the race, Grumpy. Probably at the start of the race, it's where your heart rate's at its highest in anticipation, and you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be thinking there inside the car, what can go right? How can I be opportunistic rather than what can go wrong, and how do I protect my position?
The formation lap gets underway here in Brazil. Some memorable moments in history have come from this very circuit. Will we be treated to another today? Well, let's find out. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can, and they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, and failing that, within the points.
behind. They're on old mediums. The pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 22 laps left. stop time. We're happy with that one. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, we've been given that we're trailing the car ahead by 11.8 seconds. Lando's ahead of you now. They're on old mediums. Vesti behind. They're on old mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 31.1 seconds. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. That's a great finish. You've really stepped up and achieved what we asked you to do today, so good job.
It's happy days for the Fonz. A winner today, Fernando Alonso.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Morning, boss. This week's income from the sponsors is cleared and we're making good profit against our running costs. Thanks for dealing with that. The department appreciate it.